Hello everyone and welcome back to Moonmothgoddess Tarot. Thank you all so much for being here, for your continued love and support here on the channel. So today's pick a card reading, we're going to be doing a reading for those of you that are in potentially no contact, separation, breakup, maybe divorce, any type of situation where there is a person who's no longer in your life, a romantic interest. And we're going to be asking, how are they doing with your absence? Okay, with you not being there, physically present, mentally, emotionally, however you choose to see that. How are they doing with your absence? We do have 3 crystals out here for you all to choose from. For group number 1, we have a Fuschia Agate. For group number 2, we have Pyrite. And then for group number 3, we do have Opalite. If you already feel drawn to one of the crystals, you can go ahead and skip right to the timestamp. It'll take you directly to your reading. I am going to be adding in one of these cards to help you with making your choice if those of you need a little bit of extra help. So let's see, group 1 with the Fuschia Agate. How are they doing with your absence? We've got the Mystical Shaman. Group 2 with the Pyrite. How are they doing with your absence? We have Explore the Waters for group 2, and I will give you guys a closer look. Group 3 with the Opalite. How are they doing with your absence? We have Straw into Gold. Okay, group 1. We have Mystical Shaman, Born Healer, Shamanic Lineage, Awakening Your Vision to Magic. Group number 2, we have Explore the Waters with There's Someone Better. Keep your options open. Figure out what you really want, and that is with the Pyrite. And group number 3, we have Straw into Gold, and it says Alchemy. Reviving what was lost, creating something out of nothing with the Opalite. For those of you that missed it, today is also the last day, December 8th, for the 30% off of readings and services. So if you haven't yet had a chance to send me an email, to check out my menu, you might want to do that. Like I said, today is the last day. Okay, so pause the video if you need a little bit more time to meditate on the cards, the crystals, whatever you feel the most drawn to. How are they doing with your absence? Okay, timestamps will be down below, and I will see you all at your reading. Hi, group 1. So those of you that resonated with the Mystical Shaman, it says Born Healer, Shamanic Lineage, and Awakening Your Vision to Magic. Okay, so let's see what's coming through. I want it to, let's actually pull the tarot. So how are they doing with your absence? How are they doing with your absence? Group number 1. We have the 8 of Wands, King of Swords, the Moon, Three of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles. Six of Swords. How are they doing with your absence? The Devil. Oop. Okay, so Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, Three of Wands in reverse. And then we also have the Sun in reverse and the Three of Cups in reverse. I do want to look at this Devil first. Some of you could be dealing, I think we basically have all of them here. We've got Earth sign energy here, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We do have Pisces, Leo, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and there's also fire sign energy here, Aries and Sagittarius as well. Why is the Devil here? Okay. Okay, so this person here, group one, I feel like their energy is a little deceiving. I actually feel like you are on this person's mind a lot more with them feeling the absence, but I feel like it's something that they try to choose not to acknowledge or to try to put out their mind. And I feel like the more that they do that, I don't want to say the worse it gets for them, but it's almost like there's a lot of not like thinking of you constantly, okay, is what this is. Thinking of you constantly. They could be someone who's dreaming about you, thinking about you even during their waking hours throughout the day. You're always in this person's mind. When they go to sleep, they might have trouble sleeping. They could have dreams about you that wake them up. It could even be like a nightmarish kind of thing. There's most definitely an energy of loss here. I do feel like this person is unhappy. And I feel like they try to be very detached and try to not act like or even show to others that they're fazed by your absence. I feel like this person tries to push their time elsewhere. Like they might try to stay like really busy and focused like at work, but then kind of finding that there's a part of them that misses you, okay? I don't necessarily feel like, because I feel like when they're thinking about you, it makes this person kind of feel like, I want to reach out. I want to talk to you. And there might be some fears about doing that, about even like trying to start off as like friends with you. And it might make them, like I said, have that desire of wanting to reach out, wanting to talk to you. And of course, all of you may have some very different circumstances with what has happened between you and this person. And I kind of feel like this person is at a place where they might feel that maybe getting back together may not be the answer. It may not be what is best. And I feel like this person is trying to detach. They're trying to work on detachment. They're trying to work on moving on and trying to fill their time with perhaps spending time with others, whether that's going out with friends or trying to keep themselves preoccupied with like work and kind of giving their time and energy elsewhere. So I kind of feel that your absence is something that hits this person in a way where they would probably not tell you. And if you do see them, you know, or you do still even talk to the person, they might not really show any kind of emotion or the fact that they're affected as deeply as they are. This person might be someone who has a tendency to hide a lot of their feelings and how much this is actually bothering them. I do feel like this person is trying to work on their healing. And for some of you, this person is afraid of talking to you. Okay. Let's look at this King of Swords. Yeah, some of you, this person is more or less like about letting go of your connection, letting go of the relationship, letting go of the idea of, you know, future, the two of you getting back together. Okay, like I said, I don't know what's happened here. Some of you, it is a marriage or a long-term relationship. Yeah, there's still an attachment here, okay, that this person still has to you. This person might be someone who does have abandonment wounds, and they could have had a very, like some of you, this could have been like a very codependent relationship. Some of you, this could have even been like a trauma bond or karmic relationship. Like I said, I feel like this person is definitely feeling the absence of you not being there. And it could be something that if this person does have abandonment wounds and or you know, even a very codependent, it's something where they're definitely feeling it. Okay, they're most definitely feeling it, you not being there. And like I said, I feel like they try to distract themselves from that feeling because it is uncomfortable, because it's putting them in a place where they're being faced with those wounds that they have to heal. So it could very much be triggering wounds surrounding abandonment, surrounding neglect. So I feel like this is where this can be a little bit deceiving, because you might feel like they act like they're completely unbothered. And I feel like this person feels things a lot deeper than they actually let onto others or let others know. They may suppress a lot, but I feel like in them doing so, there's almost like an obsessive energy here where they can't get you out of their head. And they might be asking themselves, like, why is this happening? Why can't I stop myself from thinking about you constantly? Okay. What is this Knight of Wands? Yeah, there's still a desire to talk to you, to hear your voice, or I feel like this person has been very reflective, you know. The High Priestess, you know, can talk about silence and, you know, staying kind of like in the shadows, like not really coming forward to speak or to communicate. And I do feel like I said, there's a desire here that this person does have to talk to you. But it feels like they're too afraid to. Okay. I'm going to ask, why is this person afraid to talk to group 1? Why are they afraid to talk to group 1? 9 of Cups, 5 of Wands. Three of Swords is at the bottom. The Three of Swords is about heartbreak. It's about pain. So it could be that the separation, the breakup, the divorce, whatever has happened here, I almost feel like for some of you, this person might be like numbing themselves, okay? Like trying not to feel as deeply as they actually do. This person might also be afraid of communicating with you because in a way it gets them to kind of face and deal with a lot of the inner conflict that they might be dealing with. Or if the last time that you guys interacted with each other, if there was like a lot of fighting, a lot of arguing, the Five of Wands can sometimes talk about like petty arguments, petty disagreements, tension, conflict, you know, the two of you just kind of like not getting along, or what they might feel like we're not going to resolve anything, you know? So it almost kind of feels like there is a sense of finality here, a state of surrender, of letting go. But then that whole letting go process is something that I don't feel like is easy for this person. And like I said, it's a little deceiving because for some of you, it might appear like, oh, they're not even thinking about me. They're not even talking. They're not even doing this. They're not doing that. But on the inside is more or less where they're dealing with a lot of what you don't see, you know? You might be maybe someone who's a little bit more outwardly expressing of how you feel and how it's affecting you. And I feel like it's affecting this person in a little bit of a different way. Still painful. We have a fearful heart. It says it's time to shine. Yeah, and then we got a little broken heart there. And I'm seeing healing heart at the bottom. It says face your shadows. Face your shadow and grow. You know? And maybe there is something about your connection with this person that kind of held a mirror to certain shadow aspects that they needed to heal with inside of themselves. This person might be the type of person to kind of just like shut down and kind of avoid a lot more of those more challenging emotions. Some of you, this could have even been a person who was very wounded even before you connected with them. Okay. So yeah, I kind of feel like what Spirit's saying here is it's affecting them probably far more than you think. Let's see. How are they doing with your absence? We have values here, and it says we have too many differences. Sabotage. I mess up the good things in my life sometimes. And then we also have responsibilities. I do have to cover this up. Actually, I'm just going to do it this way. It says responsibilities, and it says I have to take care of my financial and emotional needs. You know, so right now it could be where they're, you know, kind of like on a journey of self-love, trying to focus on themselves, trying to get things in order. Some of you, this person could be focused on, like I said, work, money, financial security, independence, especially for those of you where this is like a marriage or a long-term relationship that you've had with this person, where the two of you may have had finances tied together, you know, where this person needs to kind of focus now on getting themselves into a place where they can remain or become more financially dependent, and you know, taking care of themselves there as well. Yeah, I'm seeing absence at the bottom. And it says, I feel like a part of me is missing without you. And I feel like that's this whole energy over here. Like I said, there's still an attachment there. They're definitely feeling the loss. It is kind of what we're seeing. Escape here. I left when things got hard. And that's when I feel like with the whole escape, where the person tries not to allow themselves to feel it and tries to distract themselves. And I feel like it might more hit them too when they're going to sleep, when they're trying to relax, where their mind is just, where they're not so busy, where now they can just, okay, you know, it's time for bed. And then they start thinking about it, you know, where it could certainly be messing with their sleep as well. Okay. All right, so I'm going to leave this here for you, Group 1. I do hope this reading was helpful for you, and I will see you in the next one. Hi, Group 2. So those of you that resonated with the Explore the Waters, it says there's someone better. Keep your options open and figure out what you really want. Okay, so we're going to look at the tarot, and we're asking the question today, how are they doing with your absence? And this already kind of has a feel of this person, you know, trying to date, potentially. So we'll see what comes through. So group number 2, how are they doing with your absence? Temperance, 6 of Pentacles. Queen of Cups in reverse. The Lovers, 6 of Swords. Okay. Interesting how both the King and the Queen are both in reverse. Ace of Wands in reverse. And 2 of Cups. Okay. Nine of Wands, Tower in reverse. Okay. So this person is moving on, okay? This person is in a place of moving on, letting go of your connection. They may have already worked on detachment, emotional detachment. There could be a loss of attraction, a loss of desire to revisit your connection. I do feel like this person is someone who, like I was getting earlier with this card, there is another connection that's here. So it could be that they are already starting something new with someone else. I'm seeing the Hanged Man here and the 6 of Cups. So, you know, I won't say that this person never thinks about you at all. I do feel like there are memories, you know, about your connection, about when the two of you were more connected, bonding with each other emotionally. But there has been a shift or a change of perspective in the way that this person looks back on your connection. Some of you, this could have been a connection that ended in a very abrupt way. There could have been a lot of very chaotic energy there. So it does look like this person is focused on healing. And I feel like now, kind of like with leaving your connection in the past, they're in a state of surrender, which is letting go. They might feel that with whatever has happened in your connection, that now they're kind of putting this behind them. And they might feel a sense of peace and calm in their life right now. Because for some of you, it could have been very chaotic, especially towards the end, where things may have gotten a little toxic. And they might feel that even this new connection over here could be something that feels a lot more calm, a lot more balanced. It may not reflect that same energy that you may have dealt with this person. I do feel like this person, at least right now, there's a lot of wounded energy that's here, and they might also feel a little affected energetically by what you and them have gone through. But it does look like for the most part, this person is making the choice to start new, and it looks like with someone else. Some of you, this could have been something that you already are aware of another person being present where they already moved on to another connection. Some of you, there may have even been some deception involved here where you kind of felt this person pulling away from you, detaching from you, and you were kind of like, why is this happening? Is there a third party? Is there another person? Because the moon in reverse can sometimes be when something that was hidden is now revealed. So it could be that all of a sudden there's this new person in their life that they are, giving their time and their energy to. Okay. Making the decision to let go and move on from the relationship. But we also have what? Figure out what you really want. There's someone better, keeping your options open. Okay. Why is this Two of Wands here? Justice. Ten of Swords and the Magician. Yeah. So at least the mindset right now is that the best thing that they feel for them, and maybe you as well, because justice is about doing what is best for your highest good and the highest good of those that are also involved. The Ten of Swords is a painful ending. Okay. It could be breakup, just deciding to just end things. That is the intention here, is of letting your connection go, letting it come to an end is what they feel it may be best for you and for them at this time. Okay. Now we do have Gemini, Sagittarius, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Libra, Gemini, Virgo, and Aries. Yeah. Seven of Wands is at the bottom. So it kind of feels like there's more pushback coming from this person's energy about going back into the connection. More or less deciding to just let it go. Okay. So when we're asking the question, how are they doing with your absence? I feel like they're doing okay. They're okay with things being done between the two of you. It kind of feels more or less like I'm at peace with the decision that I've made. I feel that it is for the best, and I'm moving on to either date. For some of you, there is another person that is present. For others of you, it's just more or less I want to be open to see what other romantic connections are out there for me. Okay? It could be that they're sticking with the decision that they've made for things to come to an end, or if you decided even like, let's end things, let's stop. It could be that, okay, well, if that's the decision, let's stick with that. Because Seven of Wands could more or less be about like standing your ground. It's about about being on the defense. So some of you, this person might have even blocked you, or is like, you know, not wanting to go back in, not wanting to reconcile. There could be, again, maybe some very wounded energy here. If there was any issues surrounding manipulation, control, possessiveness, you know, power struggles, issues, it could be that there's someone who is not wanting to go back into that type of energy, that type of situation that may have been happening. I'm getting for some of you, there was a lot of manipulation. Okay, maybe a lot of unstable emotions in the dynamic between you and the other person, from what I'm seeing. Okay, there's also Capricorn, Aquarius. What else do I want to see here? It's actually, I feel like your reading is a little bit more straightforward so far, more so than group one. So your reading might not be quite as complicated or lengthy as group one's needed to be, but this message is just like really direct, straight to the point. Okay. We have regret. I wish this never happened. Missed opportunity. I didn't act when I should have. Yeah, we've got indecisive here. I know my inability to make a decision hurts you. And we also have third party here. There were other things that got in the way of us being together. Now, you know, maybe for some of you, this is a situation where this person didn't give their attention in the way that they should have to your connection and decided, you know, to date other people or to not focus on you. And you could have very well have said, you know what, I'm done. I'm getting away from this. Some of you could be dealing with a person who has some really toxic traits, a person who lies, manipulates. I want to see what this regret is. What is this about? I wish this never happened. They wish what never happened? Temperance. Page of Wands. Oh, okay. Okay, with the Page of Wands is a very exploratory energy. It kind of feels that the person that you're dealing with when you connected with them, they may have been someone who wasn't ready. And it feels like maybe they're still not ready. They haven't figured out what they want here. I mean, you could have even been dealing with a situation where a person was going back and forth between you and someone else. And with Temperance here, I kind of feel like this is picking up on, because with the Devil being present, the Devil can sometimes be about desires that we have, repressed desires. And the Page of Wands is a very flirty energy. It's very spontaneous. It loves excitement, the whole thrill of something new. So some of you could have been dealing with a person who knows that the two of you had a connection with each other, but them not being in a place where they were ready for that level of deep emotional connection or relationship. This could have been a person who, there's the regret, a person who was able to curb those desires of needing to explore and see what else is out there, you know? So if they were someone who kind of was doing mind games with you, or just like in a place where they're just not ready, Temperance would be like reeling it in, being able to control those energies of desire with the devil that make us feel, because, you know, being in a connection with someone, a relationship, requires a lot of discipline. You know, the devil symbolizes or can symbolize temptation. No matter if you're married, in a long-term relationship, dating, you know, it requires a lot of discipline for you to focus on one person and to not be led astray and not to, you know, go out and explore and see what else is out there. So it kind of feels that this person might have some regrets here for certain actions or certain decisions that they've made. But then I feel like there's also an acknowledgement here of the pattern of behavior they have, which is being undecided on anyone in particular and still feeling or having that feeling of like, I still need to explore, almost like I'm not ready to settle down kind of energy. Let's actually, what I want to look at here. Tell me a little bit about this third party energy, Spirit. Yeah, it kind of feels like this person the person that you're dealing with, group 2, could be someone who feels an emptiness within inside of them. And it kind of feels that with that emptiness, that they might be seeking that in other partners, but it feels like maybe it's not where them doing that is going to be the solution. Because I feel like this person has something going on within them that they need to address, versus thinking that they're going to find what is lacking or missing within the self in another person. So they might be kind of just like on this path of something still missing, but really what they're looking for or searching for is not going to be found in another person. It's going to be found within inside of themselves, something that they need to address here. Okay. I kind of have a feeling like deep down inside this person doesn't like themselves. Okay. They might be someone who has self-worth issues, self-esteem issues, a very insecure person, and they might seek validation from others to give them a little bit of that ego boost, to kind of give them a little bit of that adrenaline kind of rush to make them feel good, you know? So I feel like this person's issues, for some of you, this person's issues might be a little bit deeper that they're needing to address. Okay. All right. So I'm going to leave this here for you, group number 2. I do hope this reading was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Hi, group 3. So those of you that resonated with the straw into gold with the opalite, this is going to be your reading today. And so we're finding out how is your person doing with your absence? Okay, we've got alchemy. It says reviving what was lost and creating something out of nothing. So we're going to pull the tarot and see what is coming through for group 3. How are they doing with your absence? Group 3. How is this person doing with your absence, group 3? We've got the 4 of Cups. Oops, King of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles. Nine of Wands in reverse, the Empress. The Moon, the Nine of Swords, Queen of Cups in reverse. Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay, so it feels like this person keeps going over things about you and the connection in their mind. They do miss you. It definitely feels like there's still feelings here. Okay, there's still feelings. There's still thoughts about long-term relationship, about the continued growth and expansion of your relationship, which might certainly go into reconciliation. I feel like this person's doing a lot of thinking about where the two of you fit in together for future. I feel like they can still see themselves or still see themselves being with you. It kind of feels like there's a little bit of a mix of energy here, because there could be certain things, and of course no relationship is perfect, but there could have been certain things that this person didn't like, okay? Certain things they didn't like. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm going to try to see if Spirit will tell me. I'm seeing the Two of Cups at the bottom too. So, I mean, I would say that the truth here, Ace of Swords, there's the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like this person is getting the clarity that they need about your connection. And I feel like the truth is that this person still loves you, still in love with you. Could care a great deal about you. For others of you where it was more like of a new connection, think of this more so in terms of like, I can see us being together. I can see myself falling in love with you. Think about it that way, okay? So I want to look at this Nine of Cups in reverse. Now we do have earth sign energy here, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. We've also got Libra, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Why is this Nine of Cups in reverse? It kind of feels like this person, there's the Empress again. Yeah, Six of Cups. I'm still not seeing what this is. I don't know. Maybe some of you are dealing with a person who has fears of commitment, even though I feel like this person knows that you're the one for them. Okay? Some of you, this might be a soulmate. But why is this person pushing this away? Because that's what this feels like. What is this Eight of Swords here? Some of you, this person might be afraid of losing their independence or getting hurt. Why is the Seven of Pentacles here? I will say that this person is contemplating reconciliation, reaching out to you, especially for those of you that are no contact. There's still an attachment here. This person is still thinking about what the future could hold for the two of you, about reconciling, about trying to make this work. If there's the potential of fixing things, repairing things, reconciling. Like this person has not moved on, group 3. They've not moved on from you. If the two of you were talking about future, you know, building a life with each other, getting married, having children, moving in together, this person still thinks about that. But there's anxiety here surrounding making that change or reconciling here. Why is this here? Let's do that again. Why is this 9 of Swords here? Page of Pentacles. Okay, so this is more or less about the level of investment here, because we're talking King of Queen of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles energy. This is full on invested. Okay, full on invested. So this might be like a huge change for your relationship, from taking it to like, okay, we're just seeing each other casually, or we still live in 2 separate places and moving in together, you know, because the Page of Pentacles is a very small investment where the King and Queen are very invested, very committed to that. So it could be that the whole idea of that deeper level of commitment, for some of you, there's a fear of loss of independence here. Like, am I going to lose myself getting married? Am I going to lose myself in this long-term relationship? Am I ready to settle down? Am I ready for this level of commitment? Because there still might be a part of this person, a certain aspect of this person that thinks about, and it's not so much like thinking about like, oh, all the other people that I could date. It's not that kind of thinking. It's more or less, what else do they want to do? Because with the Page of Wands here, this is about exploring. If this is the type of person who is very much an avid traveler, like someone who likes to, you know, be gone for certain lengths of time where they don't have to answer to anyone. They can just kind of be out, do their own thing, travel when they want to, you know, pursue their dreams and their goals and their desires without having to be tied into something and really committed to something. I feel like this person is trying to really think logically about things, think things through rationally, and try to do what is best, okay? Yes, the idea here of long-term relationship is here. And like I said, that whole taking the connection from not so much of investment to fully invested, settled down, building a life. It might be something that does bring about a lot of fears for this person, okay? I feel like this person daydreams a lot about your life together and what that could look like. What would it entail? You know, because in a way there's a surrender here of independence. You know, and some people think that way, where they have a fear that they're going to just lose themselves and lose their independence when they get into a committed partnership. Okay, let's see. We've got Aquarius energy here too. We have soul contract. The lessons I learned from us will never be forgotten. How are they doing with your absence? We have shadow side. You made me realize my flaws. Unworthy. You're a better person than I am. Indecisive. I know my inability to make a decision hurts you. And we have unfinished business here. It says we still have things to resolve and discuss. And then we have reunion underneath that. We will always come back to each other. I want to see why this person feels like they're not worthy of you. I mean, we do have the Empress is here twice. But let's see. Why does this person feel that they're not worthy of you? Queen of Wands. Some of you might be really, really attractive. You might also be very confident in yourself, very charismatic. You might draw, your energy might draw a lot of attraction of others. Yeah, so you could be very physically attractive. You could just give off this energy about you, the way that you walk, you talk, the way that you dress, your hair, your skin, like everything about you. And especially for those of you that are like, you're really confident in yourself, and that shows through the way in which people kind of like where you light up a room. Some of you are very empowered and very powerful at getting things done, making things happen. And if this person is someone, especially if you make more money than them, or you just kind of like have this magic to you where you get it done, you make things happen, you go after your dreams, your goals, your desires. And it could be an aspect of this person, because I'll notice we've got the page over here. You know, this person might be someone who's not completely satisfied with themselves or their life, or they might be still like, I'm still trying to figure things out. I'm still trying to discover what my passions are. I'm still trying to discover what my destiny is. And look at you. You've got everything. You've got money. You've got power. You've got, you know, beauty. You've got like all these things. You're so abundant. You have so much to offer. What do I have? And is that going to be adequate? Are you going to get bored of me? You know? Or if they feel less attractive than you. If you're, like I said, if you've got that appeal to you that just kind of, you know, you could be the more attractive partner in this connection. And that being something that makes this person feel a little insecure. Like that what they have is not enough for you because you're the Empress. Okay. And there's the Emperor at the bottom. You know, and the Emperor, it is about leading. It's about building, provider, protector. You know, the Empress nurtures, the Emperor builds. Solid foundation. This person, you know, stepping up as the lead and to filling in the shoes of the Emperor is a big thing, you know? So in a way, people have to kind of like get their life together, get their act in order with those big shoes to fill. So if this person doesn't feel confident enough in themselves to kind of build a whole empire, maybe that you've already built for yourself, do they have what it takes to take care of you or to provide for you or to build with you? Are their finances in order? Are they at in their life, maybe career-wise, where they really want to be? You know? So I feel like there's a lot that this person is kind of sorting through, thinking through in terms of what is the best decision. Is it better to keep on trying to pursue dreams and goals? Or is it now time to say, okay, let's do this. Let's build something with each other, you know? With the amount of energy here, though, with this committed energy, it does feel like this person has an inner knowing that you are the one, that you are the person that, because of the connection that you have. And I feel like they probably need to come to this realization on their own, you know, without being forced or pushed to figure it out. But I feel like they are figuring it out. And I kind of feel that what we're seeing here with unfinished business and reunion, that this person will be coming back in. Okay, let me see if I can ask Spirit when this might happen. When might this person come back? into group number 3's life. When are they going to come back? Queen of Cups. Okay, for some of you, this could be in about 8 months or less. And I feel like this person might come back when they are in a little bit more of an emotionally stable place. I do feel like they're going to be coming in with an apology, okay, or some kind of message to you, communication to you, to try to come back in, okay? So it might be about 8 months. 8 months or less. And we have Judgment. Yeah, so Judgment is about making a major decision, a judgment call. This could be about reconciliation as well. Some of you, it might even be soon as the next couple months. Okay. All right, so I'm going to leave this here for you, group number 3. I do hope this reading was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next one.